Imagine this. It's 1954, and the entire world believes that running a mile under 4 minutes is physically impossible. Doctors say it'll never happen. The human body isn't built for that. Then comes Roger Bannister, a medical student with limited training, but an unshakable belief that the so-called impossible is just a mental barrier. He breaks the 4-minute mile, proving that the limits we accept are often the ones we create. Oh, it's gonna be that type of video. Within weeks, others did it too. I heard Les Brown say, "What changed? Gravity?" No, gravity didn't change. The belief had changed. And suddenly, the impossible wasn't impossible anymore. So let me ask you, what's your 4-minute mile? Maybe you're not putting your socks on and strapping up your running shoes, but what's that goal? What is that dream within you? What is that idea that feels out of reach because you've convinced yourself that it can't be done? Limiting beliefs are mental barriers. And the thing is, they don't just stop us from running faster. They stop us from thinking bigger. You tell yourself, I'm not smart enough. Where am I going to get the resources? People like me don't achieve things like that. But these aren't truths. They're stories we absorbed over time. And today, you and I are rewriting these stories. Before we move forward, take a second and ask yourself, what's one belief that has been holding me back? Write it down. The first step to thinking bigger is calling out the small thinking that has been in your way. Because once you're exposed, I can deal with you now, baby. The way we think about our future determines the way we live in the present. This is why big thinkers reframe their thoughts. I could never do that becomes what if I could. There was once a woman named Sarah. Sarah wanted to start her own business. But the thing is, she had no formal business training, no funding, and every logical reason to believe that she would fail. But Sarah asked herself the right question. What if I could? And instead of focusing on what she lacked, Sarah focused on what she could control. That woman, Sarah, better known as Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, became the world's youngest female billionaire with a B, all because she refused to let her limiting beliefs stop her. And when it comes to our belief systems, one of the most powerful tools that we could use is visualization. What I love about visualization is that it expands your vision. Do you know that Muhammad Ali used to say, "I am the greatest," long before he won a championship? He saw himself as a champion before anyone else did. And it's not just athletes. Countless successful people have used visualization and affirmations to shape their reality. Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million when he couldn't afford to pay attention. He was a struggling actor, and it appeared as though this was not working. He was never going to make it big, as they say. And when Jim Carrey wrote that $10 million check, he dated it for 10 years later. And he carried it in his wallet, so it was with him wherever he went. He saw it every day. And a decade later, Jim Carrey signed a movie deal, and guess how much he made, class? Say it with me. $10 million. The problem is not the lack of opportunity. Your problem is you. And if you don't get out of your own way, you're not going to fulfill your dreams. You're not going to live a life where you feel fulfilled within and where you are serving other people. So the first thing you have to do is deal with you. I want you to think of a goal and begin to visualize your biggest goal as if it's already real. Write it down as if it has already happened. One of my favorite ways to do this is if I have a goal, I will write it down, but I will write it in the present tense. An example of this is I'm so grateful that I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm so grateful that I am happy, healthy, and energized every day. I am so grateful that I live in my dream home. Write it down as if it's already happened and affirm it daily. You don't need permission to think bigger. You just need the courage to do it. The difference between people who achieve massive success and those who don't all comes down to self-belief. Big thinkers don't wait for proof to believe. They believe first and then let the proof be in the pudding, like they say. Not pudding, pudding. Take Walt Disney. Walt was fired from his first job because he lacked creativity, which, by the way, hilarious. His boss actually told him that he lacked imagination. Imagine if Walt Disney had accepted that as truth, but rather accepting the words of others as truth, he doubled down on his vision and built an empire that transformed entertainment. I want to tell you that I believe in you. I believe that it's possible. And I want to challenge you to double down on your vision and build your empire. Because here's the truth. Walt Disney was fired because his thinking stretched beyond the small confines of that organization's vision. And nobody likes to get fired, but I want to submit this thought to you. Obstacles aren't stop signs, they're checkpoints. Challenges aren't signs to quit. They're signs that you're on the right path, because that resistance is trying to get you to give up. And if you want to grow, if you want to live the empowered life, if you want to walk in your dreams, one of the best things you could do is start seeing obstacles as proof that you're about to level up. You've been going through it, but you're about to level up. Friends, family, loved ones, they walked away, but you're about to level up. You were just fired from your job and you've done nothing wrong. Baby, you're about to level up. Don't be fooled by what your situation looks like. Stick to your guns. Keep believing. Keep taking action. And know that your hard work, your belief, and your persistence will be rewarded. It has to be. Thinking bigger isn't just about mindsets. It's about action. So let's talk about some action steps to thinking bigger. Number one, surround yourself with expanders. Find people who make you think bigger. If everyone around you plays small, your thinking will shrink down to their level. But you are going to fulfill your dreams. So start seeking out mentors, seeking out podcasts, seeking out books and communities that challenge your perspective. Number two, set impossible goals. These are goals that you know is going to require more faith in yourself, more action. Number three, reverse engineer success. Once you get your big goal, break it down into small, doable steps. The key isn't just dreaming big. It's taking consistent action towards your dreams. In fact, take a moment right now to think about one thing that you can do today to move toward your vision. Write it down and commit to doing it before the day ends. Now, when we're talking about thinking big, one of the things that we have to address is overcoming the fear of failure. I have a video that you want to check out if you haven't seen it that covers this subject in depth. But briefly, a major reason people stay trapped in limiting beliefs is that fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping out into the unknown. But here's what most people don't realize. The people you admire most, visionaries, leaders, innovators, they fail more than some of you even try. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, missed more than 9,000 shots and lost nearly 300 games. Jordan was trusted to take the game-winning shot 26 times and missed the shot. Yet, he's still considered one of the greatest of all times. The difference between Jordan and you is he kept taking shots. But if you've been afraid to fail, remind yourself that all failure is feedback. It's a stepping stone, not a dead end. And you can experience a failure without being a failure. Every day, I experience driving in my car, but I'm not the car. And your next step comes in your willingness to commit to taking imperfect action and in reminding yourself that every setback is a setup for a comeback. The way you think determines the life that you live. The people who change the world, they're not always the smartest. They're not always the richest or the most connected. They're the ones who refuse to think small. They are the expanders. And you have the ability to become an expander too. You just have to decide to do it. Notice I didn't say choose, because choice means pick one, but decide. The term decide directly connects to your commitment to your vision. You wouldn't have the dream if you didn't already have everything that you need on the inside of yourself to do it. And it's my goal to be a supporter for you. This community is to support the expanders. So drop a comment and tell me one big goal that you've been afraid to go after. And then take action today, whether it's writing your goal down in the present tense so that you can look at it every day, affirm it every day, or telling a mentor about it, or doing research on what is possible and what others have done. Take the first small step. It's time to stop thinking small and start living big. Your next level is waiting, but you will only obtain it by being willing to step into. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs it. And if this is your first time watching, don't just sit there, do something. Join the mission by hitting that subscribe button. Always remember that growth is a journey, it's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.